Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem. So we're continuing. Now we're Pasuk Yud. Pasuk Yud. So, as we said, Shlomo HaMelech gives an advice, right? Shema beni musar avicha ve'al titosh torat imecha ki livyadchen leroshecha va'anakim legargerotecha, right? Shlomo HaMelech emphasizes the importance, the treasure of, on one hand, the musar, on the other, the Torah, and how this correlates and creates. We spoke about based on what Chachamim teach us in the Gemara, right? It correlates to an energy, to a protection, etc. And as we said in last shiur, at the end of the last shiur, after he has given us the tools or the advice to carefully and in a serious manner hold on to the chokhmah and the musar, which is referring to the beginning of Mishlei, right? Adat, chokhmah, musar, etc. Now he's going to expose to us the flip side. If we don't have this, or if we don't use it, this is the threat that we're exposed to, and that we can be falling for. So, ideally, if we really want to have a high-level understanding of the big picture, we should read from Pasuk Yud all the way until the end of the Perek. Okay, which is essentially laying the ground of the threat, and then the punishment of falling for that threat, and at the end, the closing argument of Shlomo HaMelech is, my son, listen to me, because you see what you're in for.
So it's Yud until which pasuk?
Till the end of the first perek. That will give you a more general understanding of the passage. Yeah. I mean, we could read it quickly, very quickly, although it's a lot of psukim, but and then we can go back. So after he gave us the positive advice, he says, Beni im yefatucha Hatta'im al tavo, my son, if Hatta'im, which are sinners, okay, entice you, al tavo, don't go with them. Im yomu lecha itanu ne'erva, come with us. They tell you, come with us. We will ambush. We will kill. It's penalina kihinam. We'll steal without any reason, without any cause. We'll do it all. Okay. We will bury them like Sheol, alive. We'll throw them into the pit, right? Like complete. We'll take all the money. We'll build ourselves wealth. Put your mazal, put your faith into us. We'll have one pot. We'll split everything. Amirah says, don't go with them. Don't let your legs follow them. And then he explains why it's so bad. You can read until the end. It just gives you a. So he says the reason why they're like this, because they hate da'at, they hate chokhmah, they don't have yirat Hashem. So we'll basically now we're going back to the pasuk Yud. Okay, we understand that we'll understand the threats, And as we go, we'll have a better picture of a detailed picture of what Shlomo Amer is trying to teach us. So pasuk Yud. Benim yefatucha hataim al tove, al tove. If my son, if sinners come to you to entice you, al tove. Don't get excited. Don't listen. Don't follow. Al tove is don't open your heart to be intrigued by the opportunity. That's al tove. Says the Gaon, Hattaim, the sinners, is Lashon Chisaron. It's missing. Chet, says the Gaon, by definition means avoid, to avoid something, to miss something. Hattaim, the ones that are empty. Empty of what? It says empty of mitzvot. That's what they call hattaim. He says, if those hattaim, those sinners come to you and try to entice you, al tove, do not listen to what they have to say. Don't be intrigued by it. And he explains, you know why? Because if they don't do mitzvot, that what are they coming to propose, to offer you? What's the deal? If they don't do the mitzvot themselves, they're for sure not going to ask you to do mitzvot, right? So if they don't influence you to do mitzvot, then what are they influencing you to do? Averot. So the Gaon asks a question. He says, why does Shlomo Melech refers only to the hattaim, to the sinners? If a tzaddik comes to you, or a good man comes to you, and also tells you to do something, but you shouldn't listen, has nothing to do with sinner, not or worshiper. It should be if a person comes to you and tells you, hey, I have a great deal for you. You don't do that. You don't listen. What does that have to do with the chataim? With a sinner? So he explains, and he says the following. He says that Shlomo HaMelech here is telling us not that you should not entertain the opportunity. You shouldn't even be open to be in a position where the sinner can offer you something. It's not that he gave you, the enticement is what? The enticement is I come and I sell you a story. Like he says, we're going to see Im Yomeru Lecha Itan. We're going to see the next pasuk Yomeru. We'll see that it's a chokhmah. It's an art that they have, those sinners.
It's the
So he
art
says,
of
I'm sorry?
it's the art of the deception.
The art of?
Deception.
The art of deception. What do you mean?
Like it's twisting what they want you to receive in a way that is received well.
Yes, we're going to see that in a second. Chazak, in the next pasuk. Yes. So here he's saying, Shlomo HaMelech, he said, ולא תאמר, כשאראה שדבריו נוטים לצד העבירה, he says, the person will say, you know what, we're all a little bit, how do you say?
Guilty?
No. We like to listen. We're all, we're like a little nosy. We when there's something cooking, we want to know what's going on.
Yeah? Like eager.
Huh?
We're like eager.
Yes, but no, the right word is going to come back. We're
Intrigued.
Intrigued. Yes, we're intrigued. When we see something, we like to find out what's going on. Am I missing out on something? Usually the nature of a person, he sees, wow, these guys, there's something's cooking, they're making, they're moving, let me check it out. Yeah. So he says, pause, before you start checking it out. Who are these individuals? Are these individuals Ba'alei mitzvot? Are they people that have good deeds and they do mitzvot? Or are they hat-time? Are they empty from mitzvot aseh? Are they empty from doing mitzvot? He says, if you do not pause and ask yourself this question, the natural thought process is, you know what? Let me hear them out. Let me walk slowly with them. And when I see that it's becoming monkey business, I'll pull back. But in the meantime, let me dance with them. He says, no. Because if you do that, and you fall in the hands of the sinners, of the empty, right? The definition of the sinners, according to the Gaon, is empty from mitzvot. He will sell you only a great story. He will never tell you the threats, the downside, the risk. He will picture, like you're saying, he will picture only the nicest outcome. And he will hide all the risks, all the downside. And he will drag you as far as possible without you even realizing it. So what Shlomo HaMelech is telling us, according to the Gaon, do not rely on your shrewdness. Do not rely on how alert you think you are, because the person that does not do mitzvot is shrewder than you, more wicked than you, and he will know exactly how to carry you to where he wants. Therefore, when you feel intrigued, you are curious to see what's going on into a, when you see things bubbling, stop. Who are these people? These people are empty of mitzvot. I shut down completely. I don't even open an opportunity, a door to engage or be in a position to even listen. They're good people. Okay, then let me see. Come Shlomo HaMelech says, this is the first line of protection. Distinction of who you are engaging with. We discussed it also, if you recall, in Shir HaShirim. We discussed it also briefly in Kohelet, where you need to pick and choose who are you engaging with, who are you talking to. You have to be selective. So when opportunities come your way, before you start thinking too much about it, first line of protection, first line of defense is this person across the table, a person I can even engage with. And now, after he has set clearly the tone and the threat before us, that's Pasuk Yud. Now he's going to bring before us the four types of scammers, the four types of sinners. And that's Pasuk Yud Aleph. Pasuk Yud Aleph. And everything is clear on the Pasuk Yud?
Yes. But I have one question. Is Shlomo telling you that you have to stay away from these people?
Yes.
So how is somebody supposed to influence those people for the good?
Who says that? Maybe you're not supposed to.
That's my question.
That's different. We'll discuss it at another point. Here right now, it's an engagement to do business with them or to be part of something with them. If you want to influence, who told you to go and do business with a crook so that you can have him put tefillin on? There's no mitzvah of such a thing.
Right.
You want to put in mitzvah, so sit with him 5 minutes, or drag him to shul, or I don't know what, but who says that you have to go in bed in business with him?
Right, or have dinner with him,
or have dinner, or that's nobody said that.
Right.
Rob, this is for Yehudim and Goyim. Everybody.
Yes.
This concept.
There's mitzvah taseh from the Goyim, you have mitzvah taseh from the Yehudim. It doesn't matter. By the Goyim, you have Sheva mitzvot ben Noach. By the Yehudim, you have Tariag mitzvot. It's basically, what is he saying? If you see a person that is empty from his responsibilities towards Hashem and his belief, then if he's empty and he's ready to completely disregard the engagement of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, his responsibility towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for sure, he will not respect his responsibility towards you.
Wow.
I don't know if I told you that story, but this is Maaseh Shaya Kachaya with me. Without going into details, there's a country in Africa that needed some very specific material, or whatever. They needed something very specific from Israel, and I knew a person who had access to what was requested. We reached out to the guy, Israeli guy, said, "Listen, here, I was approached by this person from that country. This is what they want. Can you deliver?" "Yes, I can for sure deliver." "Okay, perfect." We work the terms, go back and forth. Eventually, the process goes along. Let's meet. 10, 12 years ago. Let's meet 11 years ago. Let's meet. Where do we meet? Let's meet in England, halfway. Okay. So the African person, very high level in the government, goes to London. We fly with the guy from Israel to London for the day to meet, signed terms, drink lechaim and go home. And that was Sasan Vesimcha for everybody. Okay. So we fly to London. We meet in a membership club that is owned by a friend of mine. I asked for a very quiet room. It has a restaurant in there. We sit in the room. The meeting goes very well. Everything that was said, it was agreed upon. Documents are ready. Mazal tov, great. So the guy, he says, okay, so we are sending all the documents to both legal parties. and and it will be signed. But that's it. Shake hands, mazalu bracha. Very good. So the Israeli guys, okay, let's celebrate. Let's go for lunch. We have to eat something. There's a great restaurant here. Let's go. Oh, I'm a little bit uncomfortable. It's a non-kosher restaurant, but it's fine. I mean, it's a club. Everybody sits. Quiet. It was very quiet. There was the Israeli guy, his right-hand man, myself, and the African friend of mine that was that's very influential. That did the deal. We sit down on the table. And the person comes and to the server. Right? So what with menus? What do you want to eat? So the African guy with a lot of manners, he says, Rabbi. I said, no, I'm kosher. I cannot eat that. So the Israeli guy says, kosher me. I want the pork cutlet. Okay, pork cutlet. All right, pork cutlet. I don't know how I can't swallow. I'm choking inside. But I have to shut my mouth. I mean, I look at him and he makes a little bit of. He's like, the other guy said, "What do you want?" The other guy took only pasta, whatever, only pasta. And so the African person looks at the Israelis. He's like, I don't understand. I thought you guys were not allowed to eat pork. Like, nah, kosher. Who's kosher? Okay. He made fun about. Okay. Well, he orders what he orders. They eat. The dinner is fairly fast. The lunch is fairly fast. We finished. Everybody good. Thank you. The guy is on a super high. All right, my friend. Thank you. My African friend stands up. Thank you, guys. He shakes the Israeli guy's hand and he tells you, "I'm sorry, there's no deal. I'm canceling everything." He said, "What?" Now you can believe that for me, in my mind, I said, "That's it, Baruch Hashem." I'm set. I cannot do this here. So what happened? What did I say? He told him, if you're able to disrespect the rabbi and eat next to him like this, for sure you will disrespect me. I cannot trust you. That was the end of that. This was Musar for me. The guy, first of all, we couldn't speak from that point until we went back to Israel. He wanted to cut my head off when I didn't say anything. Yeah, but he buried himself. Yeah.
But even after that, it's your fault.
Yeah, obviously. But what do you see?
Wow.
You see that, it's so, when you make, when you're disrespectful to your beliefs, how can you be respectful to somebody else's belief? That's what Shlomo Amirah is telling us. He says, if the person that you're in front of is empty of mitzvot, that means that he is disrespectful of his beliefs, whatever they are. So you really believe he's going to respect you? It's not possible. And if you do believe, then you're a fool.
But if the person is not afraid of the creator, the one who created him, Kal Vachomer, he was not going to be afraid of you.
Exactly. That's Pasuk Yud. And he's saying, please don't let your curiosity open you and get you to engage with the person, because he's going to outsmart you. Maybe not everybody, but one day somebody will outsmart you. So be very, very careful. And now Pasuk Yud Aleph is introducing the 4 types of sinners, of empty people and their behaviors. The Pasuk says like this, Pasuk Yud Aleph. Im yomeru lecha itanu. If they say, lecha itanu, come with us. Ne'erva ledam, will ambush to shed blood. Nitzpena, we're gonna hide. Lenaki, for the innocent, to take, to attack innocent people. Hinam, without any good reasons. Yeah. We're not even going to give them the opportunities to say a word. There's not, these people don't have, there's no reason why we're doing this to them specifically. Good? That's the translation. So the Gaon explains like this. He says, the root of the Averot come from two are two. The root is divided into two roots to the Averot. One is the desire. The second one is anger. You remember the two parts of the heart? Desire and anger. He says in the Aseret HaDibrot, in the 10 Commandments, we have Lo Tirtzach, and after Lo Tirtzach, we have Lo Tin'af. Do not kill and do not envy. Says the Gaon, Lo Tirtzach and Lo Tin'af are the root of all. Ve'en klal hakol, they cover everything. These two averot, these two roots cover all the other bad midot, anger and envy, desires. He says the Gaon, this is why throughout Mishlei, when Shlomo HaMelech will talk about bad, the Meshalim will be or about bandits that steal, yeah, or about prostitutes. The bandits, the stealer, is the one that goes and kills, and the prostitute represent the desires. Throughout Mishlei, we will see that when he wants to give a mashal about one of the two, these are the types of individuals he refers to.
Why does he characterize it as anger, though, for the killing?
Because the root of killing comes from anger. Yeah. So he explains the following. Im Yomru, they will tell you. Yomru, Amirah, the word lemor is a soft-spoken approach. Ledaber is a tougher approach. So we're talking about sinners. Yomru lecha. It's very, very slick tongue. Lecha itanu, come with us. He says the sinner will never, the crook will never come to you and tell you, be in it with me to take the risk. What is he going to tell you? Just come with us. We'll take care of everything. We'll kill, we'll steal, we'll hide, we'll do. The doing, leave it up to us. Come along the ride with us. That's it. Come along with us. We love you. We care for you. Let's all be together. So he says, the Amirah, the approach of the sinner, if you decide to listen to him and you didn't listen to me in Pasuk Yud, that will be the approach. First of all, slick, like you said, he's gonna know exactly what to say. Sneaky. He will tell you don't have to do anything. Just you're along, come along. We'll do the dirty job for you. You're gonna, you're gonna make a lot of money. You'll be successful. Why go the hard way? Let's do it the quick way. He says, what we want is for you to enjoy with us. Why not? Two things. You don't have to do anything. You'll make a lot. And you know why you'll make it up? Because we love you. We're here to help you. These are the two, which is really three arguments of the slick talker, of the sinner. Im yomru, and they say it in a soft-spoken language.
Why does it say in the Torah, "Vaydaber Hashem u'Moshe lemot"?
There's also vayomer. You're right. When it says vaydaber, it's a more stiffer commandment, a more serious tone. When it says vayomer, it's a softer conversation. Ne'erva ledam. So here he says there's two types of sinners. There's two types of bandits. The ones that actually steal and kill, and the one that steal and don't kill. And these two categories are broken into two different setups. Steal and kill by someone's home or when he's on the way, he's on the go. Steal from the person's home or steal when he's on the go. It's two different traits. It's two different levels of chutzpah. Somebody that goes into a home is willing to shut the guy, take his jewelry and leave. It's one level of chutzpah. Then you have the one that does it, that will go inside the house, steal and leave. Then you have the guy that hides on the roads, sniffs what's out there, and doesn't have a problem to kill in order to steal, but he's not going into the person's house already, right? And then you have the guy that waits aside, sees a good opportunity, don't have the arrogance or the koach to kill, but he's going to go and steal. So you have kill and steal in someone's house, kill and steal on the go, when the person is in a journey, is not in his home, steal from someone's house, and then steal from someone that's on the go. 4 different levels. When it says ne'erva ledam, lecha itanu, come with us, come along. Ne'erva ledam, we will ambush and kill. We'll ambush and kill. He says this is referring to the commandment lo tirtzach, do not kill. It comes from Kaz. Says the Gan, when you see somebody that is angry, an angry person can go so far to even kill. A person that's ne'erva ledam. It's let's go to their homes, let's kill, let's steal. Shlomo HaMelech tells us, be careful from the sinner. Once you see the person and you're open to him, he will come from two angles, or from a place of anger, or from a place of desire. If you see that he comes from a place of anger, and this you can see in his behavior, the guy will not have an issue to kill you or to kill others to benefit himself. So you have blood in your hands too. That's how far he can go. Like, could be literally killing or not literally killing, but killing the person. Nitzpena, let's hide. Lenaki, to empty out the person that's stealing. That's from the desire. Let's hide. That's somebody that's looking to take advantage of weaknesses of others, not impose himself, not go into a house, not trespass and take more risk that is needed. But he waits, he hides and he waits for the opportunity. Boom, let's go and attack. And let's do that hinam. Let's not even engage with a person to give him the opportunity to convince us that what we're doing is wrong. We come, we hit, we take, we steal, and we leave. So nitzpena lenaki comes from lotin af, to steal, and it's the ta'ava, it's the desires. And the approach, the way we do it, is hinam, without opening any types of conversation, without giving the target, the victim, the opportunity to even open his mouth. Here, the Shlomo HaMelech basically exposes to us the threat that we're facing when we engage with people. And he's telling us, this is the first threat is, again, the sinner. And why is the sinner a sinner? Because of his anger or because his desire? His anger leads him to disregard completely his obligations towards God and towards his belief. And the same thing happens with a person that has desires that he cannot control. Says the Gaon, and when you see these two bad values, bad midot, surging and controlling a person, then you should know that this person will have no issue killing you or empty you completely. He can kill you, again, he can kill you spiritually, emotionally, and do this and empty you spiritually and emotionally. Not to even talk financially, yes, but so this is the four types of people we should be worried about. And we know why. Because these are the four different outcomes that can come from them. So obviously the anger is worse than the desire, the way we see it, right? The way he's explaining it. because the anger can get the person to do much worse things than stealing. Although we know that stealing also is when you turn a person into a poor person because you stole from him, you also killed him, right? Like we say, ani nechshav kemet, the poor is considered dead. We know the story with Eliphaz and Yaakov when he stole everything. Eliphaz ben Esav, when Esav sent him to kill Yaakov, he stole all his money, and he said, "At least I'm not killing you, but you're considered dead because I stole from you." This is the lessons from Pasuk Yud and Yud Aleph. We're going to pause here, Be'ezrat Hashem, and after as we continue, we will develop more and more the thought process, the technique, and ways those four types of sinners maneuver to attack their prey.
Does Shlomo give you like the warning signs also that you say, oh, red flag, like that's because in the moment sometimes it's very hard to stop and recognize where it's coming from, right?
Oh, right. We're just at the beginning, right? But he starts by telling you first, assess who you're dealing with.
Just look at the person.
First, know who you're dealing with. If the person does not respect his own values or his own beliefs, you should know he will not respect you. Do you want to do business with gays? Do you want to have a tie with that person? Okay, no problem. Step 2. This is what you're facing. Is he angry to the point where he can kill in someone's house? Is he angry to the point that he can kill someone on the road? Is he he has so much desire that he can go into someone's house and steal? Or is he has desire that he's insensitive from stealing, but he's not going to do it to them? Levels. Assessment of the threat. If the person wants to engage, okay, so he has to know now what he's dealing with.
Clear.
And he's gonna go so deep into it in this perek that at the end you're like, listen, let me stick to Pasuk Yud, I don't want to deal with that. I rather pick and choose who I want to be around with, and that's it. I don't need all this drama and all this all this risk. Tov, Baruch Hashem. Be'ezrat Hashem Yitbarach.